One Facebook ad turned a dead website into thousands of pounds worth of leads. Hi there, Lewis here, owner and founder of WA5 Marketing, and I'm here to tell you most businesses think once they've got the Facebook ads campaign up and running, they think, yeah, that's it, done, don't have to do anything else. But what if I told you your website might actually be one of your secret salesmen and probably your most valuable salesman that you've got? But I guess you may be still ignoring it. But today I'm here to share with you a real life client example of one that we started running ads for, and it actually turned his sleeping website into a lead machine. And I'm going to share exactly how we did it, and he did it without spending a penny more than he needed to on ads. So about a month ago, we launched a lead generation campaign with our window and door fitter client. They're based out in Stoke. It wasn't anything fancy, you know, they're targeting a local area between Stoke and a bit of Cheshire. And, you know, the ads weren't fancy. They utilised his offer. He had some good offers, 10-year guarantee on windows and doors, 20% off, and a free consultation. So that was really, really nice. And the creatives were relatively simple. There were before and afters of a door fit, and similar, you know, some were static, some were video. So, you know, within the first 14 days, what ends up happening here is we're getting really good results. We get a flurry of leads, about 13, bear in mind, on a really small budget, 500 quid. So it's like £15 a day over the month. So it's not a lot of money, but something actually unexpected happened. So one day, you know, bloody WhatsApp goes on my phone. It's, you know, the guy from our client from the window and door company called Energy Windows saying, what's going on here, lads? Like, my website's done nothing all the time that I've had it, which is years, and now I've suddenly got 5 leads through. And I'm like, well, that's absolutely great, because he was saying like he's lucky if he gets 1 lead a month. And then coincidentally, we start running ads, he starts getting more leads through. But you know, these leads were great, and actually one of these leads that, you know, bypassed Facebook, seeing the ad, went through, wrote on the inquiry form, said, you know, seen your ad, wanted to check you out, went to your website, and this guy that came to him actually had 4 houses for window and doors to be fit. So this in itself could pay for a month or 2 of ads just off the revenue that he was going to get from this one client. I remember the conversation well when he was messaging over WhatsApp. He was like, why has this happened? And I'm like, well, this is not a coincidence. You don't go from just randomly getting 5 new leads when your website's been dead for years every single month. You know, we've started running ads, and that's exactly what happens when you start running ads, right? You're running ads, people go to your Facebook page, people check you out, you know, then usually they go over to your website because they want to see if you're credible, they want to see if they can trust you, they want to see what other work you've done, they want to see if you've got any reviews on there. Websites now are like your digital storefront, so brick and mortar's pretty much dead. Everyone's got a bloody website, so this kind of stresses the importance of having a website, particularly if you're running ads. And you know, this is something that's, you know, sometimes a little bit overlooked by businesses. They don't actually put much effort into their website. They go for a big, too complex website. Sometimes, you know, it can be really simple, really easy, but you know, the takeaway here is people Google you, people want to look at you, people want to go and see what other platforms you're on. So, you know, this again is why you need to have a website, particularly if you're running ads, to ensure that you get that spillover and you're maximizing your ad spend. So why does having a website actually matter? Well, you know, one, it catches the spillover from your ads. So you put ads in front of people, people then become aware of your business. People then are curious, they want to see other things. They want to see, you know, what other people are saying. Are you credible? What else do you have to offer? And a common way of doing this, as normal in this day and age, is they'll hop over to your website and they'll see if you're the sure thing. So, you know, that's why it's so important to have one, because if customers are interested in what you've got, and if you've got a good offer, they'll come hunting, they'll come digging, and they'll want to find out more about you. So that's why you need to have a site. Another reason why it's great to have a website when it comes to, running ads and things like that for your business is, generating leads and paying for advertising. It's not cheap. It's your money, you're spending on there. You need to do everything within your power to make sure you're optimizing your ad spend. You're getting the most out of every single penny that you're spending. And as you know, the way people operate, they want to go and see a website. It's your showroom, right? It's your virtual showroom that operates 24 hours a day at their convenience, which is absolutely perfect because you can get people when they're scrolling on the couch and stuff like that. So, that's why you need a good, clear, consistent website to ensure that you're making the most of any money that you're spending on ads. I think what you've got to do is you've got to make a website a part of your overall digital strategy. It's really, really important. And sometimes what I see with many businesses, this one wasn't the case actually. Energy Windows had a cracking website, luckily, and that's why I got so many leads. But sometimes it's just a bit of an afterthought from some businesses where it's just like, yeah, I'll just sling something up there, no thought, no care. It doesn't take a lot of effort to put together something decent. It's actually quite easy, and a lot of people can do this themselves. It just gives you that edge. It gives you that little bit more credibility if you've taken a little bit of time over it. Usually when you've got your own business, you do this kind of stuff where you do take a little bit more care over it, but you'd actually be surprised how many people kind of neglect this area. They just think, oh yeah, I've got an email, that I've got an address, I've got a URL for a website, I'll just sling that up there and I'll sling up any old thing, and yeah, that's it. People will just come to me and want to use me. I'm telling you, that doesn't happen. There's so many websites out there. It's an absolute mess online. It's like walking down your high street, but 100 million times more people, more storefronts are there, right, in this digital, in this like cloud environment. So put a bit of effort in, get a website down, and I'm telling you, if you're running ads, it will pay dividends, like my client, Energy Windows. So what to do next here then? Well, you need to start making your website work with ads, that's for sure, particularly if you're running them. And if you don't have a website, suggest you get one, really good for credibility. What you can do is you can start with a simple 1-2 page site, nothing major. You don't have to go out there, find an agency, get all the bells and whistles, ending up spending, thousands and thousands of pounds on a website when, you don't really need to do that when you're first starting out. Yeah, great in the long run, great when your business is built up, great when you've got that extra bit of disposable income from your business to go and do that. But there's so many builders out there now where you can go and build a site relatively easily. So you've got sites like WordPress, you've got sites like Wix, you've got one called Squarespace. I use that for my site. That was so easy to set up. It's got a few pages on there, nothing too major. And all that you really need here is you need a landing page or a home page with a contact form on to let people submit their details. And all you need to do is craft your offer on there, make sure it's front and center, put a nice few pictures of your work on there or whatever it is that you do, lash some reviews with it, and you've got a really nice, easy, basic setup for you to go and build upon and start generating leads for any ads that you are running. And even if you aren't running ads, it's a great piece. It's a great thing to have in order to gain credibility. Because like I keep banging on about, people will look you up. People will go and look for your website. That's how people operate these days. I do it, you probably do it. So why aren't you doing it for your business? So to sum up then, your ads bring you some attention and your website builds trust. Together, they turn people's interests of your company, of your offer, of your service, of your product into income essentially. And if you ignore your website, you're pretty much, turning down some low-hanging fruit that are interested in you. And I'm telling you, you're the competitors of yours that do this, and you're not doing this. People will go straight to them because they're a bit more credible than you are. So, just like our Stoke client, you are your next big customer away from someone coming to your site, filling in the lead form, and bringing you something really, really good. So I urge you to really consider having a website in partnership with any ads that you do run or anything else that you are doing, right? So you need to just get your business out there. Like I said, really simple. There's loads of really easy builders out there. So the opportunity for small businesses to do that is better than ever. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'd love to hear more from you. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to hear. More client stuff or whatever it may be. So yeah, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.